What's up guys, welcome back to the next video on learning Java. My name is QDS Dani and you guys watching my channel Korayoud. As we said in the previous video that we're gonna talk about operators. In this video we're gonna talk about the operators, and we're gonna talk about the unary operators, we're gonna talk about the binary operators, and we're gonna talk about ternary operators. And we also will talk about the string concatenation operators. We talk about briefly about the unary operators. Unary operators comes in as a plus plus. Sometimes you guys are going to see as a minus minus. So you have your operand, and then you guys having your unary operators here. So for example, if it's plus plus, and sometimes it's minus minus. Okay, so for example, if you have incremental, if you want to increment something, you guys either put the postfix, or if you guys put your unary operators and you do prefix. So this is one we call prefix, and this one we call the postfix, and we're going to come to this one shortly. And what is the binary operators? Binary operators is done, we already 12, say 12 plus 12. So for example, our 10 plus 10, we do addition, say for example. So this side we have our operands on the left side, and we have our operand on the right side, and in between we have mathematical operation here. So either it's plus minus or binary, whatever, either is plus minus or multiplication, our modulus, whatever you guys do here. So if you look in here, this one condition here, there is it's either gonna do the addition, and it's gonna do so incremental or decrement. So either it's gonna put one plus or minus. So this guy is gonna do on the both sides. So if you look in here, and this guy's gonna have three sides. So ternary operator is gonna do, for example, it's gonna have a Boolean and Boolean expression, and then we are gonna have this guys here, and we're gonna have this guys here. So the first one is gonna ask Boolean, and this part is gonna be true, and this side is gonna be false. So this one's gonna be true expression. I'm gonna put an expression to complete it, and it's gonna be false expression. So first of all, you ask what is the condition? Is it day or night? And he says yes, it's a day. He says no, it's not a day. It's not a day. So that's how it goes here. Here is asked if it's day or night, and here it says yes, or it says no sometime. But you guys gonna see a lot of different conditions. So all in all, you're gonna see here there is three expression here. So the first one is Boolean asking, the second part is, then there's gonna be the question mark, then the second part is gonna be say yes, and then it's gonna be colon, and it's gonna be say no in this side. This is for example, if you have a number, so you want to know what number one or number two. For example, you have a number one and you have a number two, and you want to find out which one's larger than or equal to whatever. So if you say number one is greater than say for example number two, and because now it's a Boolean, because you're asking whether if it's greater than our if it's true or false. So what you're going to do is, in between you're going to put this guys here, and on the left you're going to see number one or number two. Number one or number two. So you say which one of these is true. Is it true, or is this one's which one? Here we are asking. This is just example. So we're gonna do this guys here, then we're gonna go on the quickly, we're gonna go on the unary operator, then binary, then we're gonna go on ternary. But binary, you guys should be very familiar, because binary we do it all the time. We do all this sort of mathematical operation, plus minus. We already done a few in our Java. So we're going to see the string concatenation operator, which is, as I said, you guys need it the most. So we're going to come here, and we're going to remove all this. We're going to set the stage for our string concatenation operator. Alright, so now we're going to put a string, for example, and we're going to put a S1, and we're going to put a, for example, hello, and we put a string S2, we see volt. Very simple. And we put a string s3, and we do s1, and we put a concatenation operator between s2. So in the first instance here, the string s1 says literal got a string, we assign literal string to s1, it says hello, and the second one we assign the volt to the second one, and the third one is gonna glue it together, or they're gonna put it together. So I'm gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna put a system dot out dot print our print ln, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna put s3. Okay, so we're gonna run our program, and you're gonna see here that our strings printed here, because it's doing concatenation operator. If you want to do, say for example, if you want to leave a gap between these two, and you can do this way, because if you look in here, I have put an empty space, and I have put empty space here. So I just want to show you, because if you put empty space, you're gonna have two here now. Say for example, if you want one, you can either put a hello, or you can either put a one. You can put either volt. So now you're going to see here we are having okay here. So you can type any other string. Say for example, I'm going to put a welcome to my channel, for example, to my, and I'm going to put one, welcome to, for example, Korawood. So I'm going to put a Korawood, and if I run, you're going to see my string here printed on the screen. So how about if you have say for example, we have integer, for example, if you have int, for example, house, and what's the house number? Say for example, house number is 115. So and here you want to do address, for example, street number, street name, for example, our street, we put a name. So here now we have a street name, and here we put a Albert Einstein, for example, Albert Einstein. Okay, so now I have a string, say for example, now here we put a full address. Here the third one we have address. Okay, so now the address gonna concatenate the house plus the street. So what we're gonna do is that the first one is we're gonna put a house plus we're gonna do the street name. So I'm gonna put this guy here short, street name. So now we have a integer, which is the house number, and we have a string. For example, we can put Albert Einstein Road, and we have a road here. So I'm gonna make a room here. So we're gonna see that we want to print this address. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna put an address here. Alright, so now we're gonna run, and we're gonna see 115 Albert Einstein Road. You can concatenate as many as you want. For example, if you have a string city, for example, we can put a Washington DC, for example, and here we're gonna put a concatenate the city as well, and because we are gonna concatenate all in this address, and we're gonna see this one as a straight in one line. You can put your address here in this way, and that's what you're gonna see that in Java, not just Java, in C++ as well, every other programming language as well, except with the exception of PHP, because in the PHP we just put a dot for concatenation. But if you're looking for C# or Java, every other programming language, we do the with the plus. That's a concatenation operator. So if you now you're looking here, we have house, which is the type integer, and we have a string, which is Albert Einstein Road, and the city, which is Washington DC. Washington DC. There is a Washington DC. There is a spelling mistake there. So house, street name plus city, because all of this there is a variables here that hold something here, and now when we concatenate it, it's gonna be all in one line, which you guys are gonna see here. So how about if you have say, now you're gonna ask me, how about if you have say for example Boolean? By all means, we have a Boolean, say for example A1 for example. So our A1 is gonna have a true, and for example Boolean A2, our B2 A2 is equal to false. Alright, so now we have two Boolean, and we can say it's a true friend, or false friend, or true brother, or true countryman, whatever. And now we're going to make our string here. Say for example our string is going to be S1 for example. We can say string S1 equal to, say for example A1 plus, for example we do president. And here we have a string S1, and now we say S1 A1, which is true, and we put a president here. So now we want to print S1 here, and we can put a S1 here. So now we can connect two together. So for example we're going to see that true president. That's how you're going to see our you can see is if you want to do here, if you want to do A2, then you're going to see the false president. That's how we do our Boolean. So we're going to get rid of this. How about if you have a string n and with a null? So we have a string, for example S2, and we want to put a null and none. For example we put an n plus, we put a string here, and we put a none. Okay, so now we have a null, and we have a string here, but that's S2, and that's what we do that's what we do perform our concatenation here, because n has a null plus we're gonna concatenate with this one via S2. So we're gonna print the S2, and you're gonna see here it says null and none. So now by now you guys should be expert with string concatenation operators. That's the string concatenation operator. So in this video we have discussed the unary operator, and next video we're going to apply this one, and we discussed the binary, we have discussed the ternary, and we have done our practice with the string concatenation operator. We have seen a lot of different scenarios for how we're gonna concatenate say for example strings with integer, or two strings together, or we're gonna concatenate the strings with null, or we can chain it together like a tree, like we have seen with the street name. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.